you touched on a very important point. So, and correct me if I'm wrong. So you made a statement saying that, your immigration status does not affect your case when it comes to a personal injury matter. Let's say if you're injured in a car accident, injured at work, is that the case? And would our audience, if they're looking for a personal injury attorney and maybe they do have some issues with immigration, could they still, seek justice in that way?
They absolutely could. They absolutely could. One's immigration status does not have any impact on their ability to seek compensation for a personal injury claim at all.
Wow.
Zero. Zero.
So you hear that, guys. So whether you're dealing with an immigration status issue or not, if you're injured in a car accident or in any nature, you can still pursue the case and don't be in fear of, what's going on with your immigration status. Justice will be served in that end. Now, that's really powerful. Was there a defining moment, really where you knew that other than the fact that, you're half Latino, you're in a big Latino community, but was there a defining moment where you said, you know what, I'm going to niche down into this focus in my practice and I'm going to make it, the best I can be?
Well, we decided to do that from the very outset. Again, I'm, my office is in downtown LA. I grew up pretty close to downtown LA. So I'm very familiar with the community and the needs of the community. And when we first started our firm, I just realized from the outset that Latinos were really, really underserved, right? Just in general, in terms of legal services, but really in terms of personal injury, right? There was only one other legacy firm that was really focused on the Hispanic community. They're kind of old school, and they knew and believed that if we made our firm very customer centric, meaning built out our team, our processes, and our systems, deliver in a very deliberate way to serve the needs of our target clientele, that we could have a lot of success. Because, I think in legal services, the very first threshold, most important thing that you can do is develop trust with your clients, right? It's the most important thing. If people trust you and they like you, not only are you more likely to convert them as a client, but you're more likely to have a better professional relationship with them. And so those are some, kind of qualitative factors that I knew that, frankly, I had a competitive advantage over a lot of other attorneys in, just based on my background and experience. And we kind of went all in with that, right? We really do still want to give clients the absolute best experience they can have, all the way from intake to dispersal. So the moment someone calls, for example, we have a rule in our law firm that the phone has to be answered within 10 seconds, right? We have spent a lot of time training our intake team on, listening, to clients, hearing them out, getting all the facts of their story, really just listening to people, right? Because people want to be heard when they're going through a legal issue, right? And then being very, very prompt and timely about all communications with clients. If I'm not mistaken, I believe, at least in California, the number one bar complaint made was because of lack of attorney communication.